Hi guys, welcome back. Today we'll be continuing with chapter number 3 and we'll discuss a topic that is conservation of biodiversity. Now, what do you mean by conservation? Conservation is the prevention of wasted resources, the resources that are present in our ecosystem, right? To prevent them from getting wasted or to protect them. So we are going to discuss that what is the need to conserve these biodiversities and why is there a need? Also, what is the impact that human beings are causing to this ecosystem? How they are playing a role in destroying the biodiversity. We will be discussing these points. So first of all, there are two things that we need to understand. What is the meaning of extinct species and endangered species, right? So what are extinct? Extinct are those species which have been removed from this earth. We are sure that there is no individual of that species present on this planet Earth anymore. They are no longer present on this Earth, right? If we talk about the most common species that comes into our mind, that is a dinosaur. But if we talk about Pakistan, there are a large number of species that have gone extinct, including Indian wild ass, black buck, swamp deer, Indian one-horned rhinoceros. These are all the species that were present in Pakistan at one time, but they have gone endangered because of the activities of human beings specifically, right? The second one is the endangered species. They are not extinct, but they are at the verge of extinction. If nothing is done in order to protect them, then they will go extinct at one point. And number of examples are there. The most common example is markhor. Markhor is the national animal of Pakistan and it is an endangered species. It is at the extinct of getting, it is at the verge of getting extinct. Just like that, Indus dolphins, barabusted, lions, tigers, these are all the species which are at the verge of extinction. And if strategies are not made to conserve them, they will go extinct. Okay. So these were the two terminologies that we need to understand, that the impact of human being is causing the extinction or endangering of these species. Now coming to the next topic, that is the impact of human being on biodiversity, that how are we playing a role in damaging our ecosystem, in damaging the biodiversity. Yeah, I will cover a next subtopic in this as well, that is the deforestation and overhunting. I will be covering that topic in this one as well. Okay, so there are a number of factors that have caused the damage to the biodiversity, and those factors are the result of the activities of human beings. One of them is the habitat loss. Then comes the deforestation, overhunting, introduction or removal of species, pollution, and climatic change. You can see from the pie chart that hunting has contributed about 23% damage to the biodiversity. Then species introduction 39%, habitat destruction 36%, and the others, including the pollution, climatic change, and other factors, include about 2% of the damage to the biodiversity. We will discuss each of these factors one by one. So we have an idea that what is the reason behind it, why are we causing it, and how can we conserve it. Okay? So the first one is the habitat loss. We already know what is a habitat. Habitat is a place where a species lives, right? So when we are talking about biodiversity, usually the major species that is getting affected are animals and birds and microorganisms. Other than human beings, every other species is getting affected because of the human activities, right? So about 260,000 people are added to world population each day, or more than 180 each minute. Increase in this population has increased the loss of habitat for the other species. Why? Because those habitat have been snatched from them to make more civilized areas there, so that more human beings can have homes there, right? The forests have been destroyed so that there will be an urban development there. So this is how the habitat gets lost. This is the reason, because human beings want those habitat for their own purpose. The population is not controlled, the resources are less, but those resources are being snatched from the other species. So this is one of the reason of the destruction of the biodiversity. Then comes the deforestation. We already know. What do you mean by deforestation? Deforestation is the removal of the forest, of the natural forest, and destroying the habitat of the different species. Yeah. Now, what are the causes and what are the effects of the deforestation? There are three major causes: need for wood, for agriculture purposes, and for urban development. Why do we need wood? Timber is needed, whereas fuel wood is needed to make furniture, to make fire for certain purposes, right? There are a number of reasons for which we use wood, and that has led to deforestation. More planting has not done, whereas large number of forests have been destroyed. Afforestation needs to be done in order to maintain the biodiversity, and so the deforestation gets balanced for that purpose, right? Just like that, for agriculture purposes, farmers take the woods or other things from the forest for their purposes, to meet the needs of their agriculture, right? Similarly, urban development of houses, development of buildings, all of these things play a major role in deforestation. For this purpose, forests have been destroyed. This could have been balanced if afforestation was there, if development of new forest was there. But these are not getting balanced because of these purposes, that deforestation is much more as compared to the afforestation. Clear? Then comes the effects of deforestation. That what are the effects that are occurring because of the deforestation? Now trees are getting destroyed. Yeah. Because of that, the water content in soil and moisture content in atmosphere, it is getting affected. Trees are responsible to maintain those things, to maintain the moisture content in soil, in moisture content in atmosphere, and water content in soil. If there are no trees there, if there are no forests there, both of these content will be affected, and the atmosphere will get dried, the soil will get dried, the soil will get, it will not be productive. Yeah. So this is the first effect that occurs because of the deforestation. The second effect is the soil erosion. Now, what do you mean by erosion? Erosion is basically the removal of the top layer of soil. Now just imagine, if there are no trees, only soil is there, and if there is a heavy rainfall, what will happen? The topmost layer of the soil will get destroyed, right? It will be removed from the surface, and it will then go flow into the different river, ocean, sea. Clear? So because of this, the displacement of the upper layer of soil occurs. There are no trees, there is no hindrance, and the upper layer is getting destroyed. It will be removed from the soil. And because of that, the nutrients that are present on the topmost layer, they will be washed out, which will be required by the different microorganisms or smaller animals or plants, smaller plants. They won't be there anymore. Yeah? And because of the deforestation, the soil erosion is the next major problem that occurs, and thus causing the removal of the essential nutrients that are present in the soil. Now, the next thing will be flooding. How? There are no trees present, right? The soil, the uppermost layer of the soil is getting wasted, and it is getting into the rivers. The rivers will get chalked because of what? Because of the mud and silt and soil that is present. What do you mean by silt? Silt is basically a soil consisting of rocks, right? So all of these will get into the rivers, into the different water body system. They will get clogged, they will get chalked, and because of that, flooding will occur, and this flooding will directly affect the biodiversity, will affect the smaller villages that are present, that are surrounding that are present in the surroundings, right? So human beings will get affected, other species will get affected, the habitat will get affected because of this. So this is the other major reason or effect that can occur because of the deforestation. Then comes the reduction in the storage capacity of dams. Dams are used to store water, clear? Where those water are coming from? From the different water bodies, rivers, seas, etc. Clear? So those water that are coming from the different river, that will consist of silt and mud. Yeah. Those dams will get clogged with that of the silt and mud, right? They will get clogged and there will be no flow of water, proper flow of water, because of which there will be disturbance in the production of the electricity, in the development of the, in the production of the water, in the availability of the water, right? So those dams will be affected in a very bad way. Yeah. The last thing is that the deforestation can also decrease the transpiration. What do you mean by transpiration? Transpiration is the change of the water into the gaseous form from the leaves. Leaves transform water liquid into the gaseous vapors, clear? Into the atmosphere. If this transpiration does not occur, what will happen? There will be no cloud formation. No cloud formation will occur, and thus there will be no rain. So deforestation will lead to less transpiration, and less transpiration will lead to less cloud formation, and thus the cloud formation will affect the production of the rain. So these are the major effects that are occurring because of the deforestation. Now, why do we need forest? What is the need for the development of these forests? The first need is the maintenance of biodiversity. Large number of species are there in the form of plants, in the form of animals, in the form of microorganisms, in the form of humans. Those biodiversities, those variety in the organism are there because of some purpose. So to maintain these biodiversity, forests need to be there. If we are going to remove even one element from the ecosystem, it will drastically affect the whole ecosystem. Clear? So this maintenance is required. Why? So the wood can be provided to the human beings. So more wood can be developed in those areas. So in order to do that, afforestation is also needed. Clear? Then biosphere stability. Forests or trees are responsible for the removal of carbon dioxide and other pollutants from the environment, right? And it produces oxygen into the environment, into the atmosphere. So to maintain the biosphere, to keep it stable, forests need to be there. Trees are needed to be there. Clear? Lastly, forests maintain the aesthetic beauty for the tourist. It is an attraction for the tourist. So all of these things have also been affected because of the deforestation, because of the cutting of trees for the use of the different, for the activities of the different human beings. Clear? So for that purpose, deforestation needs to be balanced, needs to be controlled. So more and more advantages can be taken from it. Clear? The next point is the overhunting. What do you mean by overhunting? The word is telling us hunting that is done more than what is required, more than what is required to meet your needs. Clear? So these overhuntings, why do we do it? The most important or the most big reason for this purpose is the commercial hunting that is legal or illegal, but this is done for the tourist, to attract the tourist. This commercial hunting is there. This is kind of a business for the locals. So more tourist comes into our area. Yeah. So this is the significant cause of the extinction and endangering of different species that are present in the Pakistan. Yeah. The next one is the next impact that human beings have caused on this environment is the introduction or removal of species. Now, what do you mean by introduction or removal of species? One by one, we'll discuss it. I'll give you an example of introduction of species first. Eucalyptus tree. These trees are native to Australia. They are present there. They have come to Pakistan from Australia. One of the characteristics of eucalyptus tree is that they need large amount of water. Right? They need large amount of water. So the Pakistan is not an ideal place for the eucalyptus trees. What happens is that wherever they are planted, they start absorbing water from the other plants that are present in the surrounding. They will take large amount of water, and thus the surrounding trees, surrounding plants won't get sufficient amount of water, because of which the damage will be occurring to the smaller plants or the surrounding plants. Large amount of water will be taken by these eucalyptus trees. They will consume the water, and because of this, only the smaller amount of water will be present for the surrounding trees. So these eucalyptus trees do not have a place in Pakistan. They are not supposed to be present in Pakistan, but they have been added to maintain the aesthetic beauty or to maintain any relationship, right? So these are the reasons that the introduction of species without having any previous knowledge about them will causes the damage to the biodiversity. Clear? This is the introduction of species, example of the introduction of species. Now, if we talk about the removal of species, removing a particular species from the environment. Common example is sea star, starfish. Starfish is basically uses mussels as their food. If for some reason they get extinct, they are not present, they are removed from the ecosystem, what will happen? There will be overgrowth, or mussels will be overpopulated, right? If starfish if starfish are not there to eat the mussels, what will happen? These mussels will be overpopulated, and mussels eat microorganisms. If large amount of mussels are there, ultimately what will happen? The smaller animals, the smaller plants or microorganisms, they will get extinct because there is large number of mussels there. They are not getting eaten by the starfish because the starfish has gone extinct, and thus the mussels, the quantity of mussels will be much more, and the what will be affected? The smaller plants, the smaller animals, yes, smaller organisms will be affected, or microorganisms will be affected, and ultimately they will be extinct from the environment. So in this way, the introduction or removal of species plays a major role in the maintenance of the biodiversity. We need to have a proper knowledge when we are introducing or removing a species from the particular area. Yeah. The last point is the maintenance of our atmosphere, or you can say that the changes that have been occurring. Because of all of these things, pollution has been increased in our environment, right? There is climatic changes in the environment, global warming. Every single weather is at extreme. Weathers are not controlled weathers are not controlled globally throughout the universe, right? So these factors play a major role in the development of pollution and climatic changes, right? So these are all the factors which are there, which are damaging the biodiversity of the universe because of the activities of human beings. We are the one causing the damage, and we are the one who needs to maintain or balance that damage. It's a high time we start working for that. The damage that we have caused, we can reverse it as well. But how do we reverse it? There are a number of factors that needs to play their role. Yeah? So each one of these factors need to be reversed with the help of our strategies. Yeah? I hope everything is clear in today's topic. If you have got any question, let me know in the comment section. I would love to hear back from you. And thank you so much for joining. Subscribe to my channel, like it, share it, follow me on Instagram. Till next time, stay safe. Bye bye.